While working our way south towards Grand Teton National Park, we ran into pockets of heavy rain which never seemed to let up. Knowing our chances of seeing anything in the park were slim to none, we decided to divert off the main road and into Targhee National Forest to explore and find camp. As with any adventure, you never know what lies ahead until you explore it for yourself. Well, after scouting out various roads on Gaia maps, we came to one I had bookmarked as a possibility. Just a short, bumpy, tree branch hitting drive in, the views opened up to a lakeside camping opportunity. Best part, we had it all to ourselves. Alright guys, so we have found camp here for the evening. We ended up leaving Yellowstone a day early like I had mentioned earlier, and we headed down south and we ventured towards Grand Teton, but rather than jumping right into the park and staying at yet another campground, we all kind of wanted to venture off the beaten path a little bit and find some forest roads. So luckily enough, Targhee National Forest is literally just adjacent to the Grand Teton National Park. So we ventured on some forest roads out here and found an amazing spot for camp. It's nice and secluded, it's wide open. We're on this lake reservoir, which I'll show you here in just a minute. But man, the views here are amazing. And why I'm a little bit personally excited for it is because in the national parks, you cannot fly drones. They are illegal to fly them in the national park. So what we can do now that we're off that federal land, we can actually fly the drone here in national forest land. And with the views that we have here for camp, this is gonna make for some pretty epic footage, and I'm so glad we have found this spot. So we're gonna go ahead and set up camp, just hang out here for the day. It'll be nice to just relax a little bit. We've been on a really busy schedule, so it's gonna be nice to hang out, eat some food, enjoy the views, and just go from there. So let's get camp set up and let's relax.
I'm like the dark in the clouds on a rainy day. Oh, the fire in the hills and I'm headed your way. Oh, it's alright, baby, don't be afraid. I'm just giving heads up on my dangerous ways. And I know everything I touch burns right down to dust, 'cause I'm reckless, yeah, I'm reckless. And I always seem to fall on the wrong side of the law, 'cause I'm reckless, yeah, I'm reckless. I keep my hand right on the flame, and I try but I can't change my reckless ways. I'm gunpowder in a shell looking for the lead.
In setup of camp, we may have been too optimistic of the weather. Turns out the rain clouds we passed through earlier decided to catch up to us, though this time with a much louder presence. So I don't know if you just heard that, but that was thunder. So this spot had a lot of potential, and I thought we were already past most of the rain and the weather because we drove through quite a bit of it. Because we saw sun, nothing but to this side. The wind was blowing the dark, rainy clouds away. Then out of nowhere, we just had a pretty good sized rainstorm with thunder. So the tents are set up, the awnings are set up. Here comes another one. Yeah. So we might move if this doesn't clear up, but for taking precaution, we are all in our vehicles. So Charlie's he is in his. Mom and Kenny, they're in the Jeep, and I'm hunkered here in the Tacoma. So we're all in our vehicles because that thunder sounds a little bit too close, and we don't want to take any chances. So we're gonna hang out here for a little bit. We'll let time pass. If this doesn't clear up, we will look for a second option. Kind of sucks because we literally just set everything up as we saw sun on that side. So no drone just yet, but we'll get there. Time to hang out. With the rain not letting up and moments of heavier downpour happening, I found it best to tear down the tents and awnings, not only to help the fabric hold up for later, but in case we decided to find a new spot for the evening. Though we knew this would be one wet task to accomplish. We'll call it first person Michael Cam. That way you guys can get a perfect shot of if we have to break down camp. You'll be like, it's like as if you're there. We're ready. I think it's best to just break down, so let's do it. Oh my God. You guys want to see water? Look at this. Yeah, that's how much rain we're getting. And that came off the awning. Well, I basically got a bath. Oh, well, that sucked. Well, that was a not so smart move. I'm about as wet can be, but we got the tents broken down, the awnings put away, and that way they're just not taking on more water. I went back there and dumped the awning, and oh my gosh, at least 3 or 4 inches of water already just pooling in it. So good to just break that stuff down. I know you had to brave the rain to do it, but those those materials can only handle so much water, and we still have several more days on our trip, and if it still continues to rain, nothing's worse than a super soggy tent, and then the water is going to start seeping through. So I've never pushed it that far, and it is a brand new tent that I got earlier this year, and we really haven't done that much rain camping in it, so I'm not 100% sure. But on a trip like this, I'd rather not roll the dice on that. So we're back in the cars, but everything's put away. So we're just gonna hang out for a little bit, kind of dry off. I am soaked. I didn't get that shower the last couple days, so now I did.
With a free shower taken care of for the day, more important matters were now on hand. This consisted of my own version of a drive-in theater.
Just gonna lean the seat back a little bit and watch a movie. Woo!
Now, if you can believe it, I didn't even get more than half an hour of movie time until the clouds decided to part ways yet again. The sun was finally shining, and like bears coming out of hibernation, we slowly emerged from our vehicles to the outside world.
See, I got the tissue right here. All you need is a stick and string.
So the rain has ceased, the clouds have parted, and we have blue skies above us. This is awesome. We're now going to go ahead and try setting up camp on our second attempt and go from there. We're working on a fire to get warm, and we're going to probably get some food made here as well. But just to show you guys, now that the rain has stopped, check out this beautiful spot we did end up finding. Yeah, we're right on this awesome lake. It's really pretty over here, nice and secluded. So I'm glad we stayed. Join us next time in episode 8 as we cross off our third and final national park for this trip by stepping foot in the Grand Tetons. The landscape here is truly unique and something you won't want to miss. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification icon.
You guys know the drill. Until then, safe travels.
Right now.